Hi everybody, hope you're well. This week's video is a bit of an unplanned one, to be honest with you, because I was hoping to be filming outside today, but it's tipping down with rain and it hasn't stopped raining since October last year. It's going to be a short one today, but in essence I'm going to show you how to remove a scratch from your windows. Now, I did do a previous video about how to remove a scratch from your window, but that video was really focused on if you had a really deep scratch down the outside of your van. It was a method that involved a few processes, a few steps, but by and large managed to reduce the visibility of the scratch. It's a method I used on our Lunar caravan at the time, and it got rid of a really wicked scratch down the side of our bathroom window. Today, however, I've got a couple of scratches here inside the caravan caused by God only knows what. But they're quite visible to me, but I'm not sure they're going to be that visible to you on the camera. Now, in the previous video, I talked about this stuff, Fenwicks Windowize, but I never used it. Instead, I used this stuff, Mellerude polymer, polyo paste. But I can't seem to find this anymore. So I thought in this video, we'll use the Fenwicks Windowize. I mentioned it in that previous video, but I never actually used it. So the steps are really easy, but first of all, before we do anything else, I'm going to reposition the camera and then I'm going to clean the window just to show you that the scratch actually is there and it isn't just a mark on the window. So it took me about 20 minutes to set this camera angle up, and my apologies, it's still not right. The scratch itself is just out of focus. I can assure you that this is not an easy thing to film. So here's a photo from my phone that shows the damage in better clarity. The scratch itself is more of a scuff. It's like something has scraped along the surface. I've previously tried to clean it off thinking it was stuck on the surface, but there is damage in the window surface itself. So the first step is to clean the window. I'm using a window cleaner suitable for acrylic surfaces, and I just clean the scratch, the surrounding area, making sure there's no dust or debris left behind. So Windowize is a scratch remover. It's suitable for plastic and acrylic surfaces, it's quick and effective, and is ideal for caravans and motorhomes. In essence, it's a cutting compound. So after shaking the bottle, I apply a small amount to a clean microfiber cloth. Ideally, I wanted a pea-sized dollop, but as you can see, way too much came out of the bottle. No matter, there's another scratch that I wanted to film, so I just smidged some over that. More on that in a moment. The next step is to dab the compound on the window surface to cover the scratch and spread the product out. Then work Windowize into the scratch with some pressure along and, if you can, across the scratch. Now, because of the unique angle of this scratch and the angle that I am and you are on the camera, I can't actually see if I've removed the mark. So at this point, I clean down the remaining compound with another clean microfiber cloth and have a good look. And it's not too bad. There's a couple of areas here which need a little bit more work, and indeed I completed that with the camera out of the way. But there we go, the scratch has been substantially reduced in visibility. A number of years ago, whilst filming for Caravan Guard Insurance, I removed a scratch from the outside of this Bailey Senator. And although I didn't put much effort into it, you can see that with just a quick pass, the scratch is a lot less visible. And needless to say, if I spent longer than just 2 minutes on it, I would have reduced the scratch visibility yet further. I mentioned earlier that I had another scratch I wanted to remove, and this is the problem that I was trying to have filming it. My finger is running along the line of a very visible scratch in the caravan, and sadly, you just can't see it on camera. Oddly enough though, you can see another one to the left, which I didn't see in person. It's a very difficult thing for me to show you on camera, but I've removed one, the other one seems to be outside, and I can't get rid of it. It's quite a deep scratch, it's quite a deep score. It catches my fingernail when I rub through it. So I think if I was to remove that one, I'd have to use the previous method which I shared with you on how to remove deep scratches. But by and large, that's a lot better. Now, it's raining at the moment, and I did try to do this window behind me, but it's just too wet, so I can't really get any footage of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep Windowize here in my toolbox in the caravan. I'm going to keep a few clean microfiber cloths with me as well, and hopefully when it dries out I can pop back up, have a go at cleaning them all up, getting rid of some of the scratches, and hopefully get rid of all of those marks which annoy me so very much. So I've put a link to Windowize in the description down below. It's quite cheap, you don't need a lot of it, and it will go a long way, and perhaps it's a good thing to keep in the caravan just in case you have a scratch which absolutely irritates the living daylights out of you. So there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Wasn't the video I planned for this week, but then it is tipping down rain and I can't get the footage I need. So thanks for watching anyway. Please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. If you can do all that, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, that's bloody raining again.